got the electric room over here, you've got the vault, you've got banjos, you've got everything in the world, you've got bass. Anything that has to do with any kind of stringed instrument, you've got it here. What do you actually make?
We actually make banjos here.
Who started this business?
My father built it. My father Bill started in '70, and he was a machinist by trade, and he liked to play banjo on his lunch hour. But he was so enamored about how to put one together, that's how it all got started.
People really comment on our show about the bluegrass music and the thumb pickers.
Right.
And I'm seeing lots of Taylor guitars, Martin guitars, all kinds of really good guitars in here, Gibson, so on and so forth. So you get any thumb pickers in here on occasion?
Oh, all the time.
You hear all the old timers talking about that pre-war 1935 banjo sound. Y'all trying to get that?
We've been working on this project for over 3 years now.
Wow.
And we got a hold of some 500-year-old maple, and it's magical.
What do they call it? Old growth?
Old growth maple.
What does that mean now for those who might not?
Well, actually, trees back then, back in the 1700s, they grew a lot slower, a lot denser. And now Mother Nature don't make it that way. So we had to go out and find wood that was actually used back then.
Where do you get wood like that?
Well, we were fortunate enough to find an old factory that was built in the 1870s, and it was being demolished. And we found out those floorboards were made out of old growth maple, and we wound up getting a hold of some wood, and we wound up buying the whole floor. So we make wood rims.
Which is the
circular part that goes underneath the tone ring. And then we're finding other uses for it too. We make banjo bridges. We've actually even had a Gibson mandolin made out of it.
Wow.
And the tone is phenomenal.
What in the world does this have to do with Kentucky Afield?
Well, I tell you what, we started a project. We have all this old growth wood. We have a bunch of high-grade musical instrument wood. We have a bunch of friends that are, believe it or not, avid turkey hunters. And we decided to switch gears after 6 o'clock. We shut down. And we come back on as turkey call makers.
He didn't want to go at it first, but what happened is they were taking all this wood, the scrap wood, when they make these instruments, and they were just throwing it away. They had hundreds of 55-gallon drums of great wood
that they couldn't get rid of.
They were giving it away to burn.
That's a CNC machine right there. What we've done here is we took in the round disc and we've topped them and put the radius on around the sides of them. So now they're ready for the future processing.
We figured out that there, the distance between the soundboards and the surface, the thickness of the wood, a lot of that stuff, and it took us a while to figure it out, but I think we got it tuned in right now.
That's a single piece of wood, right?
That's all mahogany.
All mahogany. So is that basically what the wood that you're mainly going to work with?
Well, we have a lot of mahogany, so we're going to make a lot of mahogany calls, but we have a lot of other woods. We have walnut. We're going to have the 500-year-old old growth. Actually, we have a piece right here. You can see that. It's a beautiful piece of wood, very dense. Hold on, let's see how dense it is.
Wow.
Those are very good for strikers, but we've really found that old growth striker is absolutely gorgeous with these calls.
Well, this is our spur design, and this is what goes to next. From there, it goes to a pocket where it's being pocketed out, and you put your soundboard and your top surface on it, contour it, laser engrave it, and you got yourself a turkey call.
And all this stuff is scraps?
All this stuff was scrap. Most of it was given away and it was burnt. It was going in a fireplace.
Now, when you talk about the old growth wood that's used in instruments, that's why I think they said the Stradivarius had such an unusual, wonderful tone, because that old growth wood, which grew a lot slower and is more dense, and so you're using that same musical sound to make the sound chamber for the music that would be played in starting April 15th.
Yes.
If this wouldn't build a multiple $1,000 guitar, it's not going to go into a turkey call.
Well, it's kind of appropriate. I have noticed that the best turkey callers, are musicians. People can get that high, they listen. Musicians mimic other musicians, things they've heard in the past, or they're looking for a certain sound. This is the same thing. You're looking for a high sound, a low sound, a double sound. You got it going on right here, and the idea that this is made in a music environment is pretty cool to me.
We've done a lot of research and development. We've got some good looking calls that sound really good. So we're getting really excited.
We're going to have go into box calls. We're going to do some slate or some scratch calls. We're moving into duck and goose calls. Anything made out of wood, we're going to do it.
All out of this old growth wood and mahogany?
Instrument grade wood.
Instrument grade wood.
Yes, sir.
And you take your half a 1,000-year-old striker.
Yes, sir.
And
that's
it really is.
500-year-old wood.
And then you make turkey noises.
Just real good noises. That'll kill a bird in any state.
I tell you what. And this happens right here, again, where normally banjo necks and banjos are made.
As soon as we get these guys to run out here, the real work's at nighttime.